Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Hey, brother, let me ask you this.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I don't know if you listen to the Golden 80s. I think they only have like 5 listeners. So I don't know if you're one of them, but here we are.
I'm occasional. Well, I'm an occasional listener.
Occasional, that makes sense. That tracks. So
The tracks.
They finally came up with a good idea, and I think we can actually make it better. They took music releases from a certain date and time, probably because they didn't have a topic for an episode that day. So they probably just came up with one off the top. And Frankie's like, hey guys, why don't we just do the top 40 from that day in the 80s? Just pick a year. And your dad was probably like, right on, brother, right on. So how about what we do is we just make it better by just doing July 4th weekend. Okay. Since we are recording this on the 4th.
Okay.
Let's just do the July 4th weekend, and we'll do decades. We'll get the top 3. We'll pick the top of the 3 of the top movies of that decade from a July 4th weekend release. And then we'll rank them. And then we'll do one better is which decade would you want to go see in theaters?
How's that sound? That's a great idea.
All right, let's do this then.
Thanks, Golden 80s. I absolutely love Miley Cyrus.
Give me some sugar. Say hello.
I see you coming down the
What's
aisle.
up there, call boys?
Break me in the mouth. Yes.
You have failed.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Call Guys podcast. I'm Gunner, also known as Chico Noise, 3-time podcast host, and alongside me, as always, it's Juan America 4-3. And as he points at his Celtics hat, which he's still sporting, well, I mean, who wouldn't? If your team wins a championship, you just gotta wear the gear.
I'm wearing the gear till the Bears season starts.
And then the Bears hat comes off the wall.
Yes, it will.
I think that's the Bears hat on the wall there. Yeah, it is.
No, that's the.
Oh, it's not.
Oh crap! That's my Blink hat. Jeez, right into the mic. That's gonna be good.
You need another hanger for your Bears hat up there.
I actually do have another hanger for my hat. So
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be beautiful. And then when the Celtics one can just go right where the
exactly. I just keep rotating hats. It's all set. It's all set.
It's a beautiful thing. Everybody out there listening, this is Monday, July 8th. We hope you all had a safe and fun July 4th weekend. 10? 10
fingers. That's the goal every.
Yes.
Should be the goal every 4th of July is to come back with 10 fingers.
I've seen some close calls in my time. Scotty T almost lost a whole hand from a sparkler bomb one time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I made a couple of those.
We had a lot of fun.
I'm sure.
Yeah, with Mom and Dad's huge backyard, we used to have fireworks out there. So
makes sense.
We would come up with new contraptions, and
we did that back in Bourbon. We would always do a show. Me and my dad, we had this. We had 2 ladders in a thing of a board, a 2x4, and we would screw in the mortar shell, like the mortars, like the tubing for the mortars.
Yeah.
And I would pretty much spend all day because we'd have so many fireworks, and I would just be unraveling and making sure that every which shell can go into which tube and whatnot. And thankfully, most of the ones that we did were all for the same shell. So, I would go through sort, and then that way we just put them down. Then we had a blowtorch, and we put the board at like chest height for me, and So then that way when we come through with the blowtorch, it would be essentially face high for anybody lighting it. So you just have to walk through, light them, step back, and
Let them go.
yep, it was a good time. The worst part is when you would miss a light, miss one, and you're like, oh, gotta get back. And then as soon as you get back, they're boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that's too good.
Good times. Good
Yeah.
times.
We never did
Okay.
anything like that. We just had like a couple boards out in the middle of the yard, and we would light them off, singles or whatever, and watch them, see how they looked. But yeah, don't really
Maybe,
do
hey, I mean, we should do something at your dad's place. I mean, Crazy Joe's is just down the road, man.
I
We could
know.
do some damage.
Like every week, go buy something.
That's
Go
what we
there.
did.
Yep. Yeah. We don't do anything before the 4th much anymore. It's just like today, we're recording this on the 4th. Sarah
True.
and I cleaned the house. We power washed the back of the house. We power washed the back porch. We shampooed the carpets yesterday. We've just been cleaning. Have a day off and don't do anything with it.
Hey, you can finally show off. Have you shown off your water pressure to your father-in-law yet? I forget.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was very excited. He was very, very excited. He's like, "Wow, I can actually wash my hands after going to the bathroom." That's right, you can. But yeah, he was excited. I mean, I'm still excited about it. Every time I take a shower, I'm like, "Oh, thank God." You don't even know.
Oh man.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Potty training William right now, and it's actually going really well. Knock on wood.
I don't got any.
Um, but yeah, he's doing well with that. And I mean, outside of that, just working. It's busy season, brother.
Busy season. And we had a couple cool days this week, so probably a little bit quieter for you, I'm sure. But
Yeah, a little bit, but tomorrow I got to work on Friday, which probably means dead and or homeowners. So yeah, not super excited. Long day tomorrow.
yeah, I know my mom was shut down for the week, so they didn't have work.
Yep,
And we are off
I
on
know.
Friday. Yeah, you do know. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to order some showers.
Not today. Not this week.
Oh my.
So yeah, I'm off tomorrow, but running breeze run on Saturday.
Oh yeah, you are.
This is I think it's the 8th annual coming
Good
up
for
on.
you.
Yeah. Sarah's sisters are coming up to run it with me. So that'd be fun. And yeah. First year I'll actually run it. Usually I film it, so
Mm.
so yeah. Good stuff.
Very nice.
Colin, I do have a question for you.
What you got for me, brother?
What you been watching?
Ooh, good question. Let's see. I've got let's see, William and I have been watching the Shrek movies.
Nice.
The Lego movie, which he loved.
Sweet.
What's another movie we watched? I mean, he likes the Super Mario movie a lot.
The
He likes
Chris
to
Pratt
sing.
one.
Yeah, the Chris Pratt one, yeah.
That's a good.
And sing. He likes to sing movies.
Does he sing along with them?
He's got one song from Sing 2 that he knows the intro to. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable.
I bet. It's crazy when they get
let's see.
when they get it down like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, outside of that, man,
Nothing.
I've been trying to watch something new, but I just can't get the gumption to try anything new. There was a show on Netflix that looked really, really good. Oh, Attack on Wembley, I think is what it's called. I think it's about the England Football Club.
Hmm.
So that looked interesting to me. I might try to check that out tonight or sometime soon. Man, what about you? What are you watching?
Well, I had a couple surprises pop up that I didn't realize were coming out when they did. The Bear
Okay.
season 3 came out. Sarah and I watched through all that. It we got down to like the last 2 episodes, and I said, Sarah, this is gonna end like every other dang show that we've been watching lately, a cliffhanger, going into
Oh,
a part 2 of this season. Sure enough, the last episode finishes, says to be continued, and I was like, didn't even like finish a part of the story. It just was like, yep, see you in a few months or a year,
pretty
whenever they're
much.
gonna release it. So yeah, we watched that. It was actually really good and really enjoyed season 3. The Acolyte. Obviously been watching that, and then second season of that '90s show came out. Also,
Oh yeah. I
yeah,
guess I
so,
gotta watch that.
yeah. So we watched like the first 3 episodes, I think.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's still just super cheesy. I mean, they try to play on the original a lot.
Well, I saw an article that this season really opens up a wormhole with what's his face? The one who went to jail
Oh yeah,
from
Danny Masterson
Masterson's
tied.
character. Yeah, evidently there's some conflicting stories now with this season with his character compared to his regular character or something like that. I can't remember it.
Well, excited to see what they do with that. Then
Yeah, I mean, I do something with it because
yeah, he's about the only original that hasn't returned in an episode. So
well, there's a reason.
yeah, yep. No, there's a lot of things that could be like they base each character off of an original character. Like each character has a like Eric and Donna's daughter is Eric, and
Oh
so
yeah,
so gender swaps and stuff too, and characters. And there's a foreign kid, and there's yeah. So it's interesting what they did with it, and I'm really hoping it pans out in this season
Mm.
and they do something a little bit more fun with it. And then next year, a couple of years down the road, the third season's better. But we'll see. We'll see.
Nice.
But yeah. So yeah, that's all I've really been watching. I haven't really watched a whole lot of movies. I've been watching the shows and like I said, just cleaning the house.
Mm.
The fun stuff. The fun stuff. Um, we do have an email
We do.
from ISOCAM.
What up, bro?
Well, this is what's up. He says, "Happy birthday, Gunner." Thanks, Cam. I always love when an episode comes out like right around our birthdays. Which I mean, sometimes it's like comes out on our birthday. I think your birthday is an episode this year, but like mine was a day before. So it's nice to have it come out like that, and then people listen to it and then get an email like this. So he says, "Just have to say thank you for everything you and Colton do. I know you mentioned in your interview it doesn't matter who listens, you just have fun doing it. But I want you and Colton to both know that I appreciate everything you both do. The fan connection, the humor, relatable topics. The Call Guys will forever be my favorite podcast group. Keep going strong. Love you both. Love you, brother."
I love you, brother. ISO, man. Thank you so much for the email, man. Yeah, Gunner's interview came out last week. Really good stuff there. Really appreciated it. Really good, man. I thought you guys did well. Um, you're you're the, the only thing that I did not like about your interview, Gunner, was your rapid fire answers.
Oh god, it
you,
was
you
so bad.
they were so bad.
It was so bad.
And I was like, what?
Yeah,
Like
I was like,
some of the answers you gave, I was like, what are we doing here?
if I could, I looked at Logan and said, if I could re-answer those, I would. So he let me go back there. So if you haven't listened to it, go check mine out. And if you haven't listened to Colton's, definitely go check his out too. They were definitely fun episodes, and I mean, they're close to 3 hours long a piece. So it'll be a good time killer if you need it.
I was gonna say if you got some time and on a long drive somewhere, put those on and see if there's anything you wanted to know about us.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun just to sit down and talk about stuff. Just no topic, nothing like that. Just 21 questions of hard hitters almost. Some of them were, not all of them, but
Well, I could see what I mean, just how we based the questions. I mean,
yeah,
we don't have, and this isn't a knock or anything, but we don't have the same life
yeah,
experiences, and so you can't really ask the questions he asked me were way different, not way different, but somewhat different
yeah. I
because it
told
was
him
still
that.
the same question, just based from a different standpoint, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I told him that after listening to yours, and I was like, I was hoping I could listen to Colton's, and maybe be a little prepared for mine. No, that wasn't happening.
No, I agree.
But he did a really good job of like making questions for each of
Yeah,
us. So
I thought he almost asked like he asked like the same questions to both of us, just worded
yeah,
really differently.
yeah. So definitely enjoyed every minute of those. So I'd love for you everybody to go listen to them if you haven't. Check them out. Learn a little bit more about us and where we're from, our lives, our what we've done in our lives.
Old
That's
bourbon,
Bourbon.
bourbon.
Yes. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot to say about our hometowns, but we managed.
Oh
Colton's
man,
got
I
a little
miss
bit
it.
more. Yeah, he
Uh,
he misses it.
you just replaced it with new pairs, man.
I
Don't get.
know I did. It's about the same. Almost identical. Stoplight, couple gas stations, golf course.
You got the golf course though.
Yes, sure do. Not the best golf course in the world, but it is something to do.
Yes, it's true. It's not. It is definitely not a good golf course.
I also feel like I'm closer to things here than I was. Even living in Plymouth, like I still had to drive 10 minutes to go to Walmart. Like
I
I
mean,
had
don't
to.
you have a 10-minute drive now to Walmart?
I do, so it's not much different. So I feel like it's about the
Oh,
same. But I'm also closer to Warsaw. Well, I'm yeah closer to Warsaw, but I'm really close to Goshen. So it's like I get a choice where I want to go.
oh yeah. Well, Plymouth. I mean, Plymouth has everything you would quote unquote need.
Yeah, but it was always just lame.
Well,
The only thing Plymouth has going for it's Blueberry Fest, and I only go to that the Thursday before now because I just can't stand it.
oh, I don't even go. I can't tell you the last time I went to the Blueberry, willingly or unwillingly.
It's just it's the same thing every year. So what's the point in
I
going?
mean, I would literally. That's the only. I went to Plymouth for. I'd go to Plymouth for everything, growing up. Blueberry hit. We went to Warsaw.
Opposite direction.
I hated going to Plymouth.
Yeah, I don't,
I
I
think
don't
we
blame
went
you.
one time to go get Taco Bell one time, and we got to Inwood, and I think I was with somebody. I can't remember who I was with, but I said, "Why the heck are we going to Plymouth?" And they're like, "Dude, man, the Blueberry." I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to go to the Blueberry." And I was like, "Man, we're already past now. We're through Inwood at this point in time at this conversation because
Yeah,
for those who don't know, Inwood is probably smaller than Atwood.
Atwood. Yep.
So, um, we're through Inwood now. It's like, well, crap, we've gone too far now."
Brave it. We've got this. Usually you can get down Michigan Street. Okay.
Yeah, they usually do like it's pretty good until you get like to that. It used to be the A and W, the A&W slash KFC
Yeah, yeah,
restaurant, like right around there. That's usually when they've got flashing four ways in the middle of the road with cops, and
yeah.
that's usually when it turns to poop real quick.
Yeah. Well, that's a couple months away yet. Well, maybe we'll come back to it.
I will not.
Yeah. Yeah. I will go on Thursday with my parents just because that's what we do. And
Good for you.
we'll walk around, we'll get the food we want, and then we'll sit down and eat it, and then we will get out of there.
Good for you.
Yep.
Better than me.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take it. You could go with Brie. I'll send Brie with you.
Okay, we'll take Brie. Has she ever been? We'll take her.
Yeah. Oh, she would love to go to that every year.
Yeah.
Every
All right.
year she
Well,
would go to it.
don't let me forget when it comes around. Um, Other kind of exciting, fun news, and I haven't had the opportunity to apologize to Colton on this yet, but
Oh,
this coming weekend we are doing something kind of different and fun. We're gonna do the Fort Wayne Game Show experience, and I don't know
yes.
why I'm so freaking excited for this, and I feel so bad because Sarah and I waited till 2 weeks before to buy our tickets, and the whole time slot was bought out, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So, 4 o'clock in the morning, I went to buy the tickets and they were taken. I was like, no.
I was livid.
Oh, I bet you were.
I was like, I told these fools, get these dang tickets.
I know.
And my wife the whole time is like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And I looked at her and I said, this is pretty simple because there were two groups that are coming who had bought tickets like they were supposed to early. And I said, if those two groups cannot reschedule, I'm not rescheduling it. I will not do it. I think that's disrespectful. I think that's rude for the people who listened and did it right to have to turn around and do
I'm
it for the people who didn't do it. No, that's not happening.
I was
And
thinking
she
2 weeks. 2 weeks is plenty of time. This is not going to fill up. Sure enough, the one day that we chose is completely full.
she goes, Brie goes, well, if you feel that way, I guess that's what we'll do. I said, yeah, because I'm not doing it. I won't do it. I will not do that. It's just so
Well, now
thankful. You'd be thankful to the 5 people who said that they would change. I
only
wasn't.
7 people had bought their tickets. That's the worst part.
Oh,
But it's okay. We rescheduled it for Sunday, so we're gonna go do
so
it, and we'll report back on how it
yeah,
went.
man, we've got the room booked. So
Yes. Yeah.
so I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, we're gonna have a good group. I think it's gonna be a fun group. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. So
I agree. I agree.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So that's our fun news. I think it's gonna be a blast. I have
Oh yeah.
no expectation. Like I don't know what to expect at all. So
I don't either. Trust me. I don't even know where it is.
it's just gonna be an abandoned building. Nothing's gonna be there.
I mean, don't say that because I'll be thinking that the whole time on
Oh,
the
it's
way
so
there.
possible. It's
Oh,
absolutely possible.
I will be thinking that the whole way there, and I'll be thinking, man, do I got enough knives in my pocket?
Get the key to the city. We're going in. All right, Colton, are you ready?
my, my wife asked about the key to the city the other day, and I go, I don't got it on me right now.
Do you need to use it?
She goes, why don't you have that with you? This would be a perfect time to have it with you.
Dang, Bree was ready. She was ready.
Oh, I'll tell you that story later. It,
All
it
right.
was it was almost needed.
Oh gosh.
But I
don't
had my
know.
dad there too, so I wasn't super concerned. So
When your dad's there, he is the key to the city.
hey man, I tell this to people to this day, that if he's not in that room, there is nobody in that room I am afraid of. Plain and simple. That little 5'11", bald-headed, bearded man with glasses. That's the one person I'm scared of most in this world.
Oh my.
Have yet to find someone who intimidates me like he does.
Not even me.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. Yeah. I don't even think you could get close to his level.
I don't even scare a spider or a fly.
I'd
The
probably
flies
laugh
just
in your
stare at me.
face
Yeah.
if you got excited with me.
I actually shrink when I get mad. I don't get taller. I go, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do well with you, man.
And
Anywho.
I'm never mad, so it's all good.
I know you are. I don't know if I've ever seen you get like I've seen you get frustrated. I've played enough video games with you
Oh yeah,
to know
that's
that.
yeah.
But that's not like and that's a different kind of anger.
Yeah, that's fun anger.
Is it fun?
Most of the time it is. Fun when Colton gets mad.
Yeah. Oh, everybody loves that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, man.
Okay. Opening weekend, July 4th, is definitely a loosely based definition.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, it's doing some research here.
It can pretty much range from like June 28th to July 8th, right? Like
It's like literally the weekend leading up to the 4th, and then it's like the week that ends on like Thursday or
yeah.
Friday
Yeah.
after the 4th.
Yeah. So you have about a 14-day span of days where it can
They
technically
call it
be July 4th weekend.
they call it July 4th weekend. So,
Yes. So what Colton, explained a little bit earlier.
well, man, I mean, this great idea came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that we thought of another original idea here at the Call Guys podcast. Just glad that we were
The Call
able
Guys
to.
Podcast 80s edition.
Oh man, I can just hear I can just hear Frankie now.
Suck it, Frankie.
That's right. Suck it.
Yeah, I can hear him. He's yelling. He's driving around in his pizza delivery car, yelling at the Call Guys podcast.
Oh
You're
my.
welcome. You're
But
welcome.
yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one. I'm kind of excited to break down at the end. I'm kind of excited for the end part of this episode too. What movies would you go see in theater tonight?
Man,
So,
this list is great.
oh yeah.
Maybe not all of them great, but it's good. So, all right.
There's
So,
not that many misses here in my opinion.
no, just questionable ones. A little bit questionable.
A couple.
Yeah. All right. So let's start it out
All right, brother.
with
Let's
the yep
start in the 80s, man.
the 1980s.
Okay.
One of let's see, yeah, the first one of my favorite films of all time. It's on my wall.
It is.
It is. It is Back to the Future, released July 7th, 1985, with a gross opening weekend of 11 million.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh.
what was
It
the budget on that bad boy?
the budget on it was estimated to be about 19 million.
Okay.
So it almost made back its original
Budget
budget
opening
just on opening weekend. I mean, but by the time it left the US, it was at 215, so
weekend. Yeah.
214. I mean, it made its money. So it didn't need the world to help it out, but it helped it out a lot more, that's for
It did.
sure.
Yes, for sure. Well, it's we've talked about this movie over and over again. It's just
Yeah.
deserves to make about any list
Oh,
for this
for
time period.
sure. For sure, man.
Yeah.
Do you want to go in order of our list or order on the like release date?
We can go release date.
Okay.
So go
I think
ahead.
that's a good idea.
Yeah. The
The
second,
most controversial movie on this entire list.
I think so. Yeah. This is honestly the harder one for us to pick because we had two we were choosing from and they were both duds.
Trash.
Yeah. So July 6th, 1986, Big Trouble in Little China.
Sorry, Snake. This movie sucks. He's got I think him and Jordan have a nice little warm spot in their heart for these Kurt Russell movies. So
Kurt.
brother did not do well.
No, 3 million opening weekend.
Box 25 million on the budget. And I was telling Gunner the most interesting fact about this movie is that it grossed in the US and Canada $11,100,000. The worldwide gross was $11,103,000 and $486. So you mean to tell me in the world it made $3,486? What?
I wonder what countries were watching it.
Well, I wonder if they couldn't get it in China.
Oh, probably
and I
not.
bet that hurt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not great numbers for Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh no, got absolutely shellacked in
Yep,
it.
yep. The third one in the '80s that we have is an Eddie Murphy movie, which makes sense for this time. July
Oh yeah,
3rd, 1988, Coming to America.
coming
This,
to America.
yes, one
Great
of those,
movie.
yeah, one of those that spun off a ton of sequels. Well, maybe not a ton, but a couple and a newer one.
Yeah, I got a remake.
It did. Fun movie. Bit. I'm a huge Murphy fan, so I mean, uh, box office opening weekend was 15 mil.
Budget was 30 million, so half of
Yeah.
it back, and then made it almost 4 times that before it left the States. So it made money.
It made money.
It
And
made the
it
money.
is a fun movie too.
Oh yeah. So yeah, those are the 80s, the movies that we just wanted to do top 3 of the
Yes.
decade. Um based on what we wanted to find. So
For that weekend.
yeah, for that weekend, that's kind of the hitch
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Definitely like makes it.
This
Yeah.
list is
It's
just
so bad.
tough.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the 90s. We're going to go July 7th, 1991. Terminator 2. He was back.
Day.
He was back. That's for sure. Opening weekend, 32 million.
Budget was 102 million. But it doubled before it left the States, so $500 million movie worldwide. Jeez.
Hey, at least they made it. At least they made some money.
Yeah.
You would think a sequel, especially when the first one was such a hit, would make a lot more than what the first one did. But nowadays, you think of a sequel comes out for a movie and you would automatically think this is going to be terrible.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know what the thought was back in the 90s, especially back in 91. Were they having the same problem? Sequel. Well, a lot of movies back then probably didn't have as many sequels yet. So,
That's a good point.
yeah. So 90s were the sequel years for a lot of things. So I don't know. I don't know. Next one is a phenomenal film. July 7th, 1996, Independence Day.
Hmm. Hmm.
Perfect time for this movie to come out.
Oh,
About 3 days.
obviously. I mean, yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Box office 50 million opening weekend. Probably did way better than that after that.
Yeah. I mean, its actual release date is July 3rd. So,
Oh, it is.
yeah. It says it's the weekend for July 7th, which is still
Gotcha.
July 4th weekend.
Yeah, gotcha. I see.
So, yeah, the budget was 75 million and it made over 300,000 before it left the States and over 800,000 worldwide. That's crazy for a mid 90s movie.
Yeah.
Dang.
800 million.
Yeah, 800 million. What did I
Dang.
say? 1,000?
1,000.
800,000? Yeah.
It hardly made any money.
I said that wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. The next one, July 6th, 1997. Men in Black.
I mean, Will Smith just, dude, man, we do need to do a character series on him.
Yeah, do an actor on Will Smith because like we said last week, there's so many Will Smith movies that especially in this time period. But yeah, opening weekend 51.
Budget was 90, made $250 million before it left the States, ended just shy of 590 million. I mean, dang.
And now you can find it in the $5 bin.
Yeah.
Actually, literally saw it in there the other day. I was walking
Nice.
by and I was like, "Hey, there's Independence Day," and then I also saw a bunch of other newer movies in there too.
Oh, really?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was in there.
Oh, I mean,
Man,
streaming's probably killing the
it is the DVD
the
sales.
the DVD / Blu-ray sales.
Yeah, but I'm like looking at this bin, going, "Man, there's a lot of good movies in here." That's all right. It's all good. It's all good. All right, let's move on to the 2000s. Starting off with a banger.
Oh yeah.
July 2nd, 2000. The Patriot. Great. Great movie. Opening weekend, 22 million.
Yeah, this movie, I mean, if I was who filmed this? Who dropped this? Columbia Pictures? Yeah, Columbia Pictures. If I was Columbia, I would have been worried. Budget
Yeah.
was estimated to be 110 million. And before it left the states, it was only made 113 million.
Wow.
And it only made 215 million total. I mean, I would still think that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
you're kind of curious in how much money did it actually make.
and you got to pay Mel Gibson.
I
I'm
mean,
sure he wasn't cheap at the time.
was when this movie came out, was where was Mel Gibson in his career?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I'm on it. I'm on
He's
it. We
on it.
gotta know.
I
We
yeah,
gotta
I'm
know.
curious because he had to have had a couple of movies before that, I would think. I don't think it was his
Okay,
first.
so yep. Chicken Run was a
Chicken Run.
2000 film. Payback. He had the Lethal Weapon 4 movies. I mean,
Yeah, Lethal Weapon would have been it.
Braveheart, Maverick. So I mean, he had some good movies out there. So this probably would have been. I mean, he probably would have been a top tier guy. I mean, because after 2000, he did What Women Want, We Were Soldier Signs. I mean, he did make some good movies
Yeah.
after that. So I mean, this was probably still in Mel Gibson heyday. Like you probably did have to pay him top dollar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Give him the
So,
money. Give him the money.
which to me, this is my favorite by far Mel Gibson role ever. I love this movie.
Yeah, it's good. Is this movie, this next movie's our highest one on the list altogether, and that
Oh,
is
like
like
okay, I know what you mean.
opening weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
July 4th, 2004. Spider-Man 2. Opening
Oh
weekend
yeah.
was 88 million. And I hear there's so many people that argue that this is their favorite Spider-Man movie altogether. I just love Spider-Man 2.
It's a good movie.
It is. It's probably got one of the best stories for any of these movies. Besides maybe the first one. But it was so cheesy at the time and just kind of
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the Green Goblin character barely beats out Doc Ock when it comes to villain. But
yeah.
when it comes to the story line of the villain, it's Doc Ock
Yeah.
by leaps and bounds, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, this budget was $200 million, but it grossed $374 million from the States. So, and almost 790 million worldwide.
I'd
So
say
it
it
made
made
a
some
few
money.
dollars.
Yes. A few. Just a few.
Golly.
This is an example of a sequel that everybody wanted to see
Oh, for sure.
and went and saw.
Oh, yeah. I went and saw it in theater.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I did. I don't remember.
It was on your birthday.
It was. The third one for the 2000s, another one that kind of took off
Oh, man.
for a group of movies. 2007, July 8th, 2007. Transformers. Shia LaBeouf. 71 million opening weekend.
I mean, estimated budget was $150 million. grossed in the States 319 million, and worldwide was 710.
10 times.
Yeah. Pretty good, I'd say. Gunnar and I were talking about it. This is the best Transformers movie.
Gotta be.
Yeah, I can't even remember 2 for the life of me, and 3 I just know doesn't have Megan Fox in it.
That's right.
And then I don't even count the Marky Mark movies.
What about the spinoffs? What about Bumblebee?
Never watched it.
Okay.
Had no desire to watch it.
The newest one was okay. I did enjoy it
Okay.
for the most part, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
I think the Marky Mark movies really killed it for me,
Yeah.
because I was just like, man, what are we should have, why why can't we just go back to the days of, I think of Star Wars. We kind of hit it towards a little bit ago. Our last episode
Mhm.
was between Return of the Jedi and Episode 1 was such a huge time lapse. And I think mostly because of technology and movies was the reason for that.
Yeah.
But that gave them time to get the story right.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
even between Episode 3 and the Ray series, like there was a huge timeline there to at least get a story in place. I don't know. They screwed it up so many times by switching things up. That's another thing. It felt like this was too soon when it came from the end of Shia LaBeouf to Marky Mark.
Yeah.
And that's
I don't
probably
even-
why I didn't really care for it at all.
Yeah, I don't even know when that actually, how long that time gap was. Couldn't have been too long.
I don't know if you know this, Gunner, but guess what we have?
Google.
We have do I have, okay, Age of Extinction is 2014. Dark of the Moon is 2011, so 3 years.
Dang.
And I think that's the thing, like that's the part where we just haven't gotten. It's just not like, you don't ever ask yourself like, man, they should make another Transformers movie. I never said that once. Not once have I ever said that. But I do recall saying, man, when are they going to make another Star Wars movie? Especially after watching
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Like when's the next Star Wars movie coming? When is it coming? So
yeah,
I don't know. I think it just sucks.
Yeah.
It just sucks where we're at in cinema these days.
Cinema.
In the cinema.
All right, you ready to move on to our last decade, the 2010s?
Oh man.
Oh,
man. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get through it.
The first one.
Let's get through it, brother.
This is the one I think we laughed at the most.
Oh my gosh, did we?
June 30th, 2010. This movie grossed opening weekend 65 million, and there's a pretty good reason why. Twilight Eclipse.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Opening weekend was 65 million. The budget was 68 million.
Mm-hmm.
So after the opening weekend, it's pretty much just cake work. So after it left the States, before it left the States, it was at 300 million. And by the time it got done doing the worldwide tour, it was 699 million on a $68 million budgeted movie. That's insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane for such a terrible movie.
It did spawn one of my favorite characters that dies in that movie. She's introduced and then dies. That's Bree Tanner.
Yeah, she back there.
Her picture's back there. It's kind of hidden behind some Disney ears, right? I can't point.
Yeah, you can't.
Right there. Yeah, she's back there. But yeah, she was supposed to be at
Ugh.
the con I went to and didn't show up. So got that picture and didn't get it signed. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jodell.
has
Thanks,
definitely
Jodell.
done it. It definitely is the one that's come the closest to making its money back, making the budget back on opening weekend.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
So
All right, the second one in 2010s, July 8th, 2012, The Amazing Spider-Man. Opening weekend, 62 million. And I would doubt that's close to its budget. I bet that budget was over 100.
oh, this budget is ridiculous, brother. But it is what it is. Yeah, you want to try that again? Try
260.
230
Mm,
million.
wow.
It grossed out of the States 262. Worldwide was 759.
Okay. Good
So I
job.
bet they were probably feeling better when that movie got out of the
Yeah, they're like,
US.
"Oh, thank God. We did it." Um, I do enjoy this movie. I've watched it many, many times.
Same.
I've watched the second one many, many times too, and I don't enjoy that one nearly as much. But I was kind of sad when they didn't do a third one. Happy they brought him back in No Way Home.
I was furious. But I will say this is that I didn't really care for this Spider-Man story when it
Yeah.
first came out. Um, I think I only cared about it when um Civil War came. And I thought, if they're gonna do anybody, so why did they bring Garfield back? So then I started like just researching what the heck happened there because I knew it was only two movies, and I always thought there was supposed to be a third.
Mm-hmm.
And holy crap, talk about just a storm
Yeah.
of crap that was hailed down on Garfield from the studio. And I watched this movie and I was like, oh man, now I'm even more upset that we didn't get a third movie.
Yeah.
So I was really, really late to the Amazing Spider-Man storyline. But yeah, still shame. It's just shame it
Same.
didn't get the third because it really did set up the Sinister Six, which
Exactly.
was my entire Spider-Man childhood. Was him just repeatedly fighting those six.
Yep.
And especially knowing what I knew now after the second movie was done, and I was like, oh man, I know what's coming. I know what's here. And I was like, well, what the heck's it matter? There's not a third freaking movie. This is
Yeah.
bull. Then I got
It's so
mad.
it's yeah, same here. It was I always wanted a third movie. The second one you watch because of Emma Stone, really, and that's the only reason to watch it. Um, but yeah. Yeah, July 2012. All right, our last one. July
Hit me.
7th, 2013. Despicable Me 2.
Oh yeah.
Opening weekend, 84 million. Well deserved, to be honest. And my mom's been a huge Minions fan ever since the first one came out. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I never well, I think they're cute movies. I think they're fun. I guess I don't get them.
yeah,
I don't understand how a movie like this can make so much stinking money. I take it back. This is the only movie that made its budget back on opening weekend because the budget it was 76 million,
I
and then
made
you said it
84.
made 84. Worldwide, it grossed in the U.S. was 386. And do you know what it did worldwide?
A bill?
970.
Dang. That's good. Almost $1 billion. I'm not surprised. I mean, like this Minions were so big at this point. Like after that first movie, they took off.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody had a stuffed minion, everybody had toys, everybody had all this stuff. And it's only because they're just goofy and they're like the Tom and Jerry of this time, right? They hit each other, they knock each other down, they do stupid things. They're evil, but they're funny, and it's yeah. So well deserved, to be honest. I've seen them. I've seen them all. I'll go see the fourth one. I won't go see the fourth one. I'll watch the fourth one. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get William in on, and he just does not want to watch them.
That's all right. His time will come.
Oh yeah.
I'll just bring him a minion. He just have him go over and hang out with my mom for a day. She'll get him.
guys.
She'll get him. But yeah, there you go, listeners. There's our list. So, our question to you and our question to ourselves is, which of these lists would you go see in theaters tonight if they came out?
I mean, I think I'm gonna go with the 2000s list. The Patriot started out with the Patriot, Spider-Man 2, ended with Transformers. I think I think that's the best option.
I agree. I think it definitely is the best option.
I mean, the 90s is is a very close second. Because if you think about it, you got the Patriot, very patriotic movie, no pun intended there. I mean, Independence Day is a July 4th movie. Every Spider-Man Tobey Maguire ever made didn't have like some iconic huge American flag scene at the very end of the movie.
mhm.
And then I'm sure there's a big flag somewhere in a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to reason with myself on any of these other ones. I would say the 2010s. If I had to rank, I'd go 2000s.
mhm.
I'd probably go 90s,
Yeah.
2010s, 80s. In 90s and 2010s could flip flop, I think.
What? Wait, 90s and no, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, what you got?
I'm going 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, number 2 90s.
Okay.
I think 3 I'm going to go 80s. Even though that Big Trouble Little China is such a huge hit in the negative form.
A huge miss.
Yes, a huge miss. I think I would I think my issue there is that my movies I would probably do Back to the Future, The Amazing Spider-Man, Coming to America, and then I would probably put, as much as I hate, I'd probably put Big Trouble Little China in there over Despicable Me 2 and Twilight. Just because I don't know.
Okay, so I guess my last question then. So we have 12 movies here.
Yeah.
If you could pick 3 of any of these and put them back into theaters, what 3 movies would you pick out of this whole list? I would go Back to the Future,
Okay.
Spider-Man 2,
Okay.
and Men in Black.
Tough. Men in Black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to go be able to watch them in theaters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I think I'd go Patriot,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and then I'd probably hit Independence Day, and I would probably follow it up with Back to the Future.
Sounds like a good day of 3 movies right there.
I know, man. Almost makes me wish it was my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I thought that's a great idea, Colton. That's a great original idea you had.
You're welcome. I'm glad I came up with it.
Yeah, I think other podcasts might try to steal that one from us.
They probably are going to steal it from us, those little hill jacks.
Rascals. I like it. I do like it. I think this might be one of our new repeated ideas maybe here in the future.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because it's so original, it's got to be repeated.
I know, pretty much. I mean, if you think about it, we could do it for, Thanksgiving.
That's exactly where I was going.
Christmas. Holidays. Actually, now that I think about it, I can't think of another holiday. New Year's Eve? Wouldn't that be Christmas weekend?
Yeah, that would probably fall in the same time period. Labor Day. Labor Day weekend. That's a big movie release weekend too, I think.
I don't know, man.
I think it is. Think it is.
I don't.
One more announcement before we get out of here. Next week, special guest interview. Hope you're all excited to hear it. We are excited for it. It's gonna be a good time. Colton got the squinty eyes going, looking through his bifocal.
I don't know what the heck that's talking about. Anywho.
So yeah, look forward to the interview next week.
Me too.
I think it's gonna be a good time. Colton, you got anything else?
Dude, man, I'm excited. I'm really excited. On a serious note, I am super, super excited for the interview. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be fantastic. And I think it's gonna be something that if you really enjoy why Gunnar and I came together and started this podcast, like you are gonna enjoy this interview.
Yes. I agree. All right. You good?
I'm good, brother.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
Hey, we just gave all our listeners a list of movies that they can go back next year on July 4th weekend to watch. So if you need a list and you're thinking, I want to watch a movie this July 4th, just go back and listen to this episode and pick a movie.
Yeah, or just let us know at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com. Which decade would you choose?
Yeah, that would be great. Let us know. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Call Guys podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You can also watch us on YouTube. We do upload every Monday when we release on all your favorite podcast sites. Just click the link in the description. Go to our channel, like, subscribe. We'd love to have you on there if you want to watch us and zoom in on our backgrounds to see what movies Colton has back there or what posters are behind me. Or if you can see Jodelle Ferland and send her a tweet on Twitter or whatever it is now or Instagram and say, why weren't you at that Twilight convention? Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
You can also find us on all your favorite social media sites, whether that's be Facebook, facebook.com/thecallguyspod, Instagram @thecallguys, and TikTok @thecallguyspodcast. And as Colton said, you can send us an email, thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com, if you have any questions for us or if you want to come on the pod or send us ideas for future episodes or the question of the pod. We would love to hear from you. And then when you're done with us, you can go check out all the other podcasts on the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. And you can find all those at goldenmojoent.com, where you can click on all their social medias, or you can go to the merch store and buy your favorite merch from your favorite podcast. We are Cam's favorite podcast. Suck it, Tusop. Suck it, Murdnerds. Suck it, Golden 80s. Cam is on our side.
Cam is on our side finally.
And he will be back on the Call Guys podcast here in a few episodes. Well, 9 episodes, but still, he'll be back. So excited to have him back on here also. Thanks for the email.
Oh,
Cam.
yeah.
Love you, brother.
Yes, love you, brother.
All right. That's all I got, Colton.
And I love you, brother.
Love you, brother. All right. For all those out there in podcast land, see you next time.
Later. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Still gets
No.
cut every time.
Nothing. It just doesn't work.
Oh my.
The Call Guy.